Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays going up against the New York Mets.
And now, please welcome your
first pitch coming your way next.
New York Mets.
Just about set to go. And today's starting pitcher, Griffin Canning. What's the scouting report on him?
Boog, you don't always know what to expect with this guy on the mound. There are times he's really good, but that's not always the case. For me, I want to see how aggressive he's going to be out there. We'll see it right away if he's pitching with confidence. And if he is, he should be just fine.
Ready to go now? And now for the Jays, Mlb The Show. Ground ball right side, and that's just foul. And that's off the outside edge. 1-1. Ground ball up the middle. Baden fires to first on the run, and it beats him. What a play. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track.
Headed towards the corner, and it stays fair. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in, and he'll make it safely. That's a double.
Batting third, left fielder Anthony Santander.
One out, runner at second. So up next for Toronto, Anthony Santander. First offering misses badly for ball one. And another ball.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
That misses the zone, and it's 3-0.
Not really attacking on the mound in this at bat. All breaking balls, so that makes me think they're not really wanting to challenge him here.
And there's the automatic. Ripped to first. Throw behind the runner. They've got him doubled off. We'll go to the bottom of the first. 0-0. Back here in Queens. And today on the hill, Chris Bassett. What do we need to know here?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Now into the game, Ernie Clement. He's the new third baseman. Bottom of the first. Now at the plate, Francisco Lindor.
Leading off for the Mets.
Oh, here's a game Lindor will never forget. One night in July of 2023, he went 5 for 5 with a home run, 2 triples, and he scored 3 runs. That stat line is so rare. Only one other player has done it. Guess who? Willie Mays in 1958.
On the ground to first. And he handles it himself for the out.
Batting second.
All right, let's take a look at the lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
Well, there's a lot of young talent in this lineup. I think as they gel together, gain some maturity over the course of this season, they could be playing October baseball.
Juan Soto now. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. In the air, left field, down the line. And that should be extra bases. And that's going to get into the corner. They're still chasing it as he rounds second. And the throw's offline, safe at third. One down, runner at third. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Missed with a changeup. Ball one.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
That one finds the zone. And now it's even 1-1. One away with a runner at third. And that's a fair ball. In comes the first run of the game. It's 1-0 Mets. The throw to second is offline.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
One out, runner at second. And stepping in for New York, Brandon Nimmo. Good power, not great in the OBP department. Slapped hard the other way, but foul.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial gold glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
And the next pitch is way outside. Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. Fires over to Guerrero. 2 away.
Batting fifth, designated hitter,
Here's Jesse
Winker.
Siggy, he's got a history of coming through in the big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
Swing at a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. His first homer of the year, it's 3-0.
He's bringing the thunder in a rainstorm. How in the world did he manage to hit that pitch out?
Cutter inside can be a backbreaker. You have to catch it out front to get the barrel to it. Does a really good job recognizing it early, getting the bat head to it, and hitting it out of the ballpark.
So 2 down, and now it's Mark Vientos. First pitch, not close.
If you're a guy that can only hit to one field, then you're really not going to be able to come through in clutch situations because pitchers are going to adjust. But because he's able to use the entire field, that's why he's so successful in these situations.
Outside corner, there's a strike. When you played, did you play with guys that you thought were clutch, and sort of what were the attributes you said That's what he possesses that allows him to come through.
Well, we always used to joke, you know, guys want to eat steak, and there were some that just had a knack, could understand that, all right, this is a big, you know, payout if I can come through with a knock here. But I think when you really look at the numbers, you really audit everything, guys kind of are who they are.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. It's now 3-0. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here at Citi
Leading off
Field,
for
top of the
Toronto,
second.
the
Now the Toronto
designated hitter,
4-hole hitter,
Andres
Andres
Jimenez.
Jimenez. Canning back to work. That's outside, and that's ball 1.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game.
That one pushed to the left and foul. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Soto. And there's one down.
Batting fifth, catcher
Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. And first offering is fouled off. 1 out, base is empty. Just missed. Next pitch misses, and it's 2-1.
We got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Next offering is fouled back. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Breaking ball misses down and away. One down, base is empty. Fly ball to right. Soto really on his horse for it. Makes a nice grab at a full sprint. Out. Number 2.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
George Springer in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. And that drops in for a strike.
Now, just a cement mixer slider right there. It's a great pitch to hit if you can recognize it early and jump on it.
2 out, space is empty. High fly ball out towards left field. That one carrying and out of here. His second of the year, and they're on the board. It's 3-1.
That gives this offense something to celebrate for the first time in this one.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Now a chance for Will Wagner. First pitch just misses. check swing, makes contact, but that's foul. Next offering is in for a strike. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. That's out number 3. It's a beautiful Springer dinger here. And this is now a 3-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. And we're back. Bottom half of inning number 2. And stepping in for New York, Brett Beatty. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that is ball 1. Short hop liner, handled it short. Bichette whips it to first. 1 up, 1 down. First but foul. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good. And then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Next one misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2 strikes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
And now it's Jose Siri. Pitch misses inside. Ball 1. Just missed. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a line drive, and that one's a base hit out of the left center field. So now back to the top of the order.
Now batting, shortstop.
So the batting order turns over. Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Bassett with a look to first.
No, he's safe. Ball 1.
This one in the dirt. Not in time. He's safe. And now a man into scoring position.
Can't imagine he's too happy with that one on the mound. Just one pitch after giving up the single, he basically turns it into a double.
Knee high, that's in for a strike.
Two balls, 1 strike.
Siri stands at second with 2 gone. And there's the strike. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. That completes the strikeout inning over. Mets leave 1, but they still lead it 3-1. And welcome back to the
Leading off for
ballpark. On to the
Toronto,
third
third
inning.
baseman,
Down to third baseman,
Clement.
Ernie Clement. That clips a corner.
I understand you want to try to gauge that guy's fastball, but you also have to be aggressive and ready to hit in your zone. Now you're in a tough spot.
Inside. 1-2 to count. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Got him swinging. Slider got him for strike 3.
That was a really nice pitch call for that put-away slider right there. You look at the sequence in that at-bat, and he hadn't thrown it yet, so this makes it really tough to recognize and fight off with 2 strikes. I'm sure it looked like a fastball all the way until it wasn't.
Alan Roden next up for the Blue Jays. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
0-1's the count.
In the air to left down the line. Nimmo ranging after it. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, shortstop, Bo
Back to the
Bichette.
leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Bo Bichette getting ready to hit. He's 0 for 1. Clips the corner, and that is strike 1.
0-1.
And downstairs.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2. That one lifted to left. Nimmo has it sized up. And that is that. Back here in Queens,
Leading
here's a
off
big
for the
power
Mets,
threat. Juan
right
Soto.
fielder, Juan
There's no way
Soto.
around it. Soto is one of the most exciting players in baseball. His hitting skills are so advanced, you'd think he'd played in Major League Baseball in a different life or something.
Counts 1-0.
Well, he's back out here for the third, and after the first couple of innings, pretty rough. I think the skipper's looking for him to give him a little bit of length, see if he can save the bullpen some.
Next offering is in for a strike. Right through there for a strike.
He must have been looking for something else because he gave up on that pitch a little early. It was right down Main Street. Probably not going to see a better pitch to hit in this at-bat.
And that's too high. Laser could be trouble. Around first, heading for 2. The throw into second, not in time. That's a leadoff double.
The first move felt like a bit of a guess. You have to be right in those spots or things can get away from you awfully quickly.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Pete Alonso. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Coming around third is Soto. The throw's offline, he's safe. And they lead by 3.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Here's Brandon Nimmo. He's 0 for 1. First offering, and it just misses. Ground ball to the right side, and it goes just foul. Fastball for a strike, and the count 1-2. One on, nobody out, a run in here in the last half of the third. And that's down and away. In the dirt. Popped up. Wagner makes the grab, one down. So now the DH spot, Jesse Winker. He's already homered here in this one.
This batter gets described as a homebody because he loves playing at home, and historically his numbers back it up.
Ball one there.
That's inside.
And it's fouled away. Ground ball right side, could be two. Guerrero out to second, back to first for two, and that'll do it. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now 4-1. Back after this on the show. Back here at Citi Field. Start in the fourth. Vladdy Jr. step into the dish now.
When he steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of secondary stuff. He is so settled in there. He owns the home plate area. Well, these Blue Jays just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Up the middle, and that's a base hit, and the leadoff man aboard.
Down in the count, battling to stay alive, and just a nice job to put it in play. He kind of muscled that one out there, didn't get the barrel with it, but the important part was that he found a way to stay through the baseball and just drop it into center field.
Santander takes a ball as he stands in for the second time.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Yeah. 2-1.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
Good changeup right there. Just pulled the string.
Count.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, now he's got 2 runners on after that walk.
Now batting, the
things can get out of
designated
hand in a
hitter,
hurry in these situations, so he's going to have to find a way to get back into the strike zone.
First and second, no outs. Here's Andres Jimenez. In there at the knees. That's strike one.
Big at bat right here with an opportunity to do damage. But on the flip side, ground ball, double play, strikeout, that could get the inning back under control on the mound.
And ball 1.
1-1.
That just misses. 2-1.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
And that one missing low.
Good pitchers make pitches in big situations. And right here with a middle of the order hitter up, runner in scoring position, he's got to find a way to throw a quality strike.
Double play ball to second. Toss to Alonso. That's the first out in the top of the fourth.
That was a productive at bat.
Now
You know you're doing
catcher,
something right.
Alejandro
Anytime you
Kirk.
help move 2 runners into scoring position and give your team a chance to drive in a few runs, even if it's still kind of early in the game.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Grounder off the pitcher. Still able to get it there in time. And they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play. And now they'll hustle out to check on him. That was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee.
Yeah, clearly in some real pain, but he will not want to come out of this game if he doesn't have to. It's looking to me like he's going to try to shake it off and continue.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. He's already homered in this game.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
That's way outside, and it's 1-0. The 1-1 is fouled off.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. That K is his 3rd of the game. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 are left. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Mets 4 and the Blue Jays 1. Bottom of the 4th, here's the third baseman, Mark Vientos.
Third baseman, Mark Vientos.
Love it here at Citi Field. You know, it replaced Old Shea Stadium back in 2009, and Chipper Jones was really sad to see it go. It's actually the 3rd home of the Mets since they started out at the Polo Grounds for 2 seasons before Shea was finished.
And that misses. And it's a ball and a strike.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
Off the mark there, and it's 2-2.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees, and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
The pitch. Good job to fight that one off. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. And he grounds one to the right side. Takes it himself, and one gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man.
Good arm side run to that same side hitter right there. Very difficult to put that ball in the air or get through it. Just bores in on the hands.
Brett Beatty will hit next. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball 1. Base is empty, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. It gets down, a base hit.
Well, back in trouble, Boog, and it's just been like this for him most of the game. They've been all over him since his first pitch, and I think he's got a very short leash right now. Really needs to lock it down here.
So a man at first. And next for the Mets, Luis Torrens. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Popped in the air, left field. Pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, center fielder, Jose Siri.
Jose Siri, the next to hit. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Siri, in his 4th year, 29 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. And he can't come up with it. Gets off a throw. He can't flip it to the pitcher in time, and that leaves them with runners at first and second.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. Absolutely hammered that baseball very loud coming off the bat. 107 was the exit velocity, and at that speed, it's going to be a great result more often than not.
Back to the top of the Mets order, and now it's Frankie Lindor. 0 for 2 in this one. The shortstop takes the ball.
If he can get through this one, put up a 0, this will help in his outings to come.
Next offering is fouled back. And a 1-2.
That's the ball.
In the dirt, blocked. Fights it off. He'll see another. Baden, the lead runner at second. Siri at first. 2 out of the inning. Swing and a chopper out to short. That ends the inning. So they strand a pair. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Mets 4 and the Blue Jays 1. And we're back.
Leading
Top
off
5,
for
John Shelby
Toronto,
with Chris
second
Singleton.
baseman, Will
And leading it
Wagner.
off, Will Wagner. Canning back to work. And there's a foul ball.
Well, these Jays, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. Chasing pitches has been a big part of the story. We've seen it quite a bit today. It's been tough for them to make contact at times, and it just doesn't look like they're seeing it very well as a group.
And down on strikes. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. Ernie Clement
Now batting,
digs in
third
now.
baseman,
His
Ernie
first at bat
Clement.
was a strikeout.
And on the mound, you know confidence has to be pretty high with all of the swings and misses. He's had them eaten out of the palm of his hand pretty much all game.
Outside.
Outside. And that's ball 1.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning,
One ball,
anything
one strike.
after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
And a big swing and a miss.
Clearly,
One
he was
ball,
sitting on a
2
fastball
strikes.
right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment.
that's off the
Now
plate.
he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Swing and a ball popped up. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Round second, digging for third. And the throw's offline, safe at third.
No, he didn't get much of that one, but
Now
it's going to
batting,
look like a line
right
drive in the
fielder,
box score
Alan
tomorrow.
Roden.
With the way defenders track down balls these days, I mean, both from the infield and in the outfield, there really aren't a lot of base hits on balls hit like that. But there's always a little room back behind the first and second baseman to drop a lawn dart in there, and he found a way.
1 down, runner at third. Now it's the right fielder, Alan Roden. fly to left his first time. Swing and a ball lifted in the air right field. He just missed it. Soto makes the play. Runner tags from third. He scores on the sac fly, and now just a 2-run deficit.
Sometimes all you got to do is your job, and don't overcomplicate things. Keep it simple. Runner third, less than 2 outs. Put the ball in play, and a nice job with the sac fly.
Bichette in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
He didn't want to give up that run, but he did. Got the fly ball, sac fly out. Now it's time to attack these other guys. Get your team back in the dugout.
That's in there, and the count 1-1.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Makes the catch, inning over. So they get 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Mets 4 and the Blue Jays 2. And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the 5th, and now it's Juan Soto. And that one fouled off.
I thought this was a fun note on Soto. In 2023, he hit home runs in Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. I don't think it matters where Soto plays. He's going to hit home runs everywhere he goes.
And that's going to be ruled a swing. And they'll do it again.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact. So not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind him.
That one to first, and that's foul. That one missing inside.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking it bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Next offering misses down and away.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
So now 3-2. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk.
Now batting,
he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. That's it for Chris Bassett, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
Now pitching for Toronto.
Now on the bump, Easton Lucas.
Number 62.
Still pretty early in the ball game, so this bullpen has some work ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Pete Alonso. Turned on, but foul wide of third. And a fastball in there for a strike at 91.
That fastball, even though it's up, that's the velocity you want to go after. Low 90s, a lot better than trying to hit the high 90s.
Swing and a bouncer towards third. Clement. He's in there.
Now batting,
And a
left
dangerous
fielder.
hitter coming to the plate. Nimmo now at the plate. And that's pushed foul off to the left and out of play. First and second, no outs. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. And now the count is even.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away.
That one hit to right. Makes the grab on the run. One down.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Now batting.
So now here's the DH, Jesse Winker. Swings through that high fastball.
I think he was a little excited there, saw the fastball, but needed a step ladder to get to that one. He's going to have to tighten it back up if he wants to have a good at bat.
Next offering is in for a strike. And the slider just misses.
No, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well, so much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
And there's 2 down. Now the third baseman, Mark Vientos.
Third baseman, Mark Vientos.
Nice grab. Throws from the seat of his pants. Now he launches a throw over his head. And he's going to make it up to second base as that's a 2-base error.
Well, that one right there had the looks of one of those plays of the week. Great diving stop, but he just couldn't set up to make a good throw. Maybe got a little too excited. He was probably feeling it as well, but either way, that's a tough play and a tough error.
So 2 on with 2 away. So up next for New York, Brett Beatty, 1 for 2. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Alonso at third. Vientos on at second with 2 down. And another ball.
2 balls, no strikes.
Two on, 2 outs. And that one's a little bit low. 3 balls, no strikes. Luis Torrens waiting to hit for the Mets. Let's see if he gives him anything to hit here. Check swing called strike. 3 and 2 now. Got him. And that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. 2 men left stranded, but they do push across 1. We're through 5. It's the Mets 5 and the Blue Jays 2. Back here in Queens. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And now for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Reed Garrett appears to be getting loose. Minter getting loose as well. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2.
Well, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. Talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
that one inside. 2-2. Here's a rocket out to left. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 1 away.
Now batting, left fielder, Anthony Santander.
Anthony Santander at the plate. And that's outside. Ball 1. Drilled in the air out towards right center. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 away.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Andres Jimenez.
2 outs, base is empty. Next is the designated hitter, Andres Jimenez. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike. Just a slow ground ball this time. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Nothing across here this half. 8-9-1 scheduled in the bottom of the 6th. It's the Mets 5 and the Blue Jays 2. New pitcher now for the Jays, Nick Sandlin.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Nick Sandlin.
Here's the catcher for the Mets, Luis Torrens.
Catcher, Luis Torrens.
Strike 1. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Number 85. A rookie left-hander appears to be getting going. He swings and fouls one off. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, when you throw the same pitch back-to-back, that's how you want to do it. Set him up in the strike zone, then extend a little bit from there and see if you can get him to chase. Nicely done with the slider right there.
Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. So the one-out hit turns the lineup over.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Francisco Lindor.
So the lineup flips over. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. 0 for 3 in this one. And that's in for a strike. Lindor was born in Puerto Rico, but actually played his high school ball in Florida.
If it were an average catcher behind the plate, I'd say take second base, but this isn't a catcher you want to run on. His quick release is unreal.
Sandlin keeping him close. Misses off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Man at first, 1 away.
All sliders so far in this at-bat to get ahead in the count, and clearly shows there was a game plan in mind for how to attack him in the box.
That one missed. That one misses, and it's 3-2.
So here we go. Base runner at first, could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
Caught him looking for the K.
Tremendous job of bringing that ball back
Now
over
batting,
the plate. He gets
right
just
fielder,
enough of it to get the call. And tell you what, as a
Soto.
hitter, it starts out of the zone. It looks really far away, and for it to catch the outside corner, you just have to tip your cap to the pitcher.
Soto in the box now. No balls and a strike. Siri, the runner at first with 2 gone. Got him looking, and he didn't like the call. So one hit is all they get. Seventh inning coming up. It's the Mets 5 and the Blue Jays 2.
Now pitching
Welcome
for the
back.
Mets.
We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher
Number
on the mound.
75.
Reed Garrett.
Reed Garrett.
In steps the
Leading
man they
off
call
for
Captain
Toronto,
Kirk.
catcher Alejandro
This guy, one
Kirk.
of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and throw. He is at the top of the game. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Really good athlete, and many times we talk about, the feet of infielders. This catcher as well, really quick feet. He's able to recognize the pitch, see the trajectory, and get into a spot where he can block those balls and keep them from going to the backstop. Really impressive with the way he frames, the way that he sets it up, because sometimes those pitches are off the plate, but because he sets up and presents it so well, he steals strikes for his pitcher.
That misses the zone, and now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's outside. Some heat there at 98 miles an hour.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly
Now
up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. And when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Swing and a foul straight back. Base is empty, 1 away. Here in the top half of inning number 7. Pop foul out of play off to the right. One down, base is empty. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Pitch in the dirt, and the count is 1-2. Towards first, Alonso takes it to the bag, steps on first, and it's out number 2.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Yeah, the batter now, Will Wagner.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Pitch misses there. 1-0.
Counts 1-0.
And another ball.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
2 down, nobody on. Upstairs.
3 balls, no strikes.
And that's ball 3.
Well, I would expect in this 3-0 count, you're taking all the way. See if he'll walk you.
There's the strike, and the count is 3-1. Right through there for a strike.
We got full count.
Two outs. Now a high fly ball out to left center. Nimmo ranging after it. And that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. 7th inning stretch time. It's the Mets 5 and the Blue Jays 2.
Now pitching for Toronto.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Number 85. This is his 3rd time out this year. And now the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. The 0-1. Foul ball. The 0-2. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Not close with that one. Now 1-2. Gets a piece and stays alive.
Quite the matchup we're seeing here. 6 foul balls in this at bat alone. Really making him work out there.
That misses the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2 strikes.
Breaking ball in there. Got him looking. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one.
Absolutely dotted the edge of the zone right there. That was a tough battle, man. So to make a really quality pitch and just catch him looking like that, it's got to feel good out there on the mound. That was a fun at-bat to watch.
And here is Brandon Nimmo. Well struck, right field. That one back there onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Thought that was a no-doubter. I think the wind was holding that in this ballpark.
Hitter, Jesse Winker.
And now the DH, Jesse Winker. And it was a homer back in the first inning that got his day started at the plate.
Yeah, Boog, a 2-run blast. His fans were just still getting into their seats here at the ballpark. So if you showed up late to this one, you missed out on a big moment early on. You have to be creative pitching against bad ball hitters. You got to add some velocity, subtract at times. Just avoiding the heart of the plate isn't always going to be enough. Guys like this can hurt you with pitches you wouldn't expect him to swing at.
1-1.
Misses inside. And a count 2-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Swings and misses. Struck him out. 3 up, 3 down that time. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Mets 5 and the Blue Jays 2. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. A.J. Minter.
Now pitching for the New York Mets, number 33, A.J. Minter.
Now it's going to be Ernie Clement.
Third baseman.
It's interesting he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does. And that one is downstairs, and it's 1-0.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position, because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
Clips the corner, and the count is 1-1. What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely, and I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people. You might even be able to put him in center field.
Here's a 2-1. And there's a ball.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Soto going after it. He's got it. And there's 1 down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, right fielder
Alan Roden getting ready to hit. just
that ball went
missed.
out.
Hit hard on the ground to short. Slings to first in time.
That play won't be trending on social media later on, but it's still important to execute it to perfection. This game is a lot harder than it looks, partner.
Bichette up to the dish. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. That one catches the zone. It's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Ball one there. The 1-1 is fouled off. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. They trail at 5-2.
Now pitching for
Back
Toronto.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Jacob Barnes.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Here's the third baseman,
Leading off
Mark
for the
Vientos.
Mets,
1
third
for
baseman,
3.
Mark Vientos.
And that one ripped to left and foul ball. The 0-2. And ball one.
2 strikes.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Got him swinging.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically he likes
Up
to shoot the
next
ball
for
the
the
other
Mets,
way, but that
second
time
baseman,
a little anxious.
Brett Beatty.
And stepping in for New York, Brett Beatty. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Toronto's bullpen with some action. Jimmy Garcia, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Inside, almost got him. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Oh, really went aggressive in with that slider.
batting,
Good
catcher,
2-strike pitch
Luis
right there. At
Torrens.
worst case scenario, it's weak contact in play. Exactly where he and the catcher wanted it.
2 down, bases empty. Luis Torrens up now for the Mets. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Right through there for a strike. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Pitch misses there, and now it's even 1-1. That one missed. To the right side, and that one finds its way through. And that extends the inning.
Just a simple ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
2 outs, runner at first. And now the center fielder, Jose Siri. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. First pitch misses. Two outs. That one fouled off. Strike 2.
Well, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
On the ground. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. And alongside Chris Singleton, Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. And that one misses up and in. And we are underway. And that drops in for a strike. And that is out of play. Chopped to the right side, and it goes just foul. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Came inside with that 2-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with 2 strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And the first offering is not close. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., that swing so reminiscent of his dad. Lots of pop. And that's downstairs. And the count now 2-0. Fastball for a strike. That one finds the zone, and now 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
Anthony Santander stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. 2 out, space is empty. Canning, 28 years old, and he was a 2nd-round pick back in 2017.
It's amazing to look up and see 88 miles per hour on that changeup. Back in the day, that was a pretty good fastball, but with high velocities these days, that speed differential is right where it needs to be.
The pitch. Lifted in the air, out to left. Nimmo drifts towards it. Squeezes it. And that is that. On to the bottom of the 1st. No score. Back here at Citi Field. And on the mound in this one, Chris Bassett. What should we keep an eye on here?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Bottom of the 1st. Here's Francisco Lindor. In for a strike. 0-1. That was the sweeper, but it missed. Splits the plate. Going to count 1-2.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Next one in the dirt. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Oh, that got away from him. And he's going to reach on a hit by pitch to lead off the inning.
Well, he's doing his job as a leadoff hitter. Get on base by any means necessary. And I tell you what, not everybody's up for that task. You got to be able to take some pain. He did right there, and we'll see if he can get around and score.
Juan Soto in now. Takes ball one off the plate. That's down and in.
2-0 count. You really don't want to give in here. You've got to work the edges, really execute a pitch. Hopefully you can get back into this count.
Runner at first with no outs here. Swing and a miss. And it's 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Ground ball right side, could be 2. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly to first, and he just gets it there in time. One away.
Third. First baseman, he's
a Mets lineup now.
Alonso.
This group was shut out their last game, so we're going to see if they can bounce back with a better effort here today.
And Boog, it can get in your head a little bit when you get shut out. You're frustrated. You're seeing that consecutive streak of innings you haven't scored. And you want to get off to a great start, score early, because if you don't, you feel like you could linger into 2 consecutive games, which no one wants to be a part of.
Little chopper rolls foul.
Let's go, Pete.
0-2 now. Misses the zone for a ball. That was the sweeper. That's too low, and that's ball 2.
Great job of laying off those pitches down in the zone to even the count up at 2-2. Such a better feeling for the hitter.
Move to second. Lindor back in there. Next offering way off the plate. Lindor, the runner at second with 1 away. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees. Here's Brandon Nimmo. Swings through that one out in front that time.
0-1.
Man on second, 2 down. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And that's down and away. And now 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Just off the outside corner. And now 3-2.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Stays alive. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
And welcome back to the
Leading off for
ballpark.
the Blue Jays,
And the batter now,
the designated
Andres
hitter,
Jimenez.
Andres Jimenez.
Canning back to work. And that one is inside ball 1. Next pitch is downstairs. Matthew Ross behind the plate. Pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, pitchers that work side to side effectively love being on the mound with Ross calling balls and strikes, Boog. If you can command your stuff on the outer edges of the strike zone, he will reward you.
Just missed. Singy, what kind of strike zone is most frustrating for hitters?
I'd say off the plate, away, and down. And why? Those are the toughest locations to hit the baseball.
Swing and a high fly ball, pretty well struck right field. That one is back. Going, gone. That's one way to quiet the crowd. It's 1-0.
He was able to hit one out in this weather. Are you kidding me? How did he do that?
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
And next for Toronto, Alejandro Kirk. That one outside. Ball 1.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here at the top of the second. That's outside. 2-0.
He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Next offering is in for a strike. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Throw to first, got him. One away on the strikeout.
He had him out in front, which isn't easy to do against a hitter like this, known for using the entire field. Just couldn't sit back long enough on that one.
And the batter is George Springer. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Battling here as he fouls it away. One out, base is empty. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Ground ball, Alonso steps on first for the out. Two outs, base is empty. Will Wagner next up for the Blue Jays. And that is downstairs. And that is ball one. Foul ball there. Next offering popped in the air, right field. Soto makes the play, and it's out number 3. Toronto picks up one on this homer. It's an early 1-0 lead. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in Queens, and now here's the veteran DH, Jesse Winker.
Jesse Winker.
Close, but called a ball. Ball one. And that one is inside. Lined, and that's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, they call that an advantage count for a reason. You're so much more likely to get something you can handle. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Mark Vientos up now for the Mets.
Counts 1-0.
In the dirt, but kept close. No advance. Good job behind the dish. Tying run is at first. Bottom half of inning number 2. Hit in the air, left field. Santander drifts towards it. Makes the grab, and there's one away.
Batting 7th, second baseman, Brett Beatty.
And next for the Mets, Brett Beatty.
Definitely wants to stay out of the double play here. Ball on the ground in the infield. Should be an inning-ending double play.
In the dirt. That's hard hit on the line. Springer pulls that one down, 2 down.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it, but in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Luis Torrens up now for the Mets. Back to the mound. He's got it. The throw to first. Inning over. Mets strand 1. Still behind by a count of 1-0. New inning getting started. And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement. Looks like the weather could actually play a factor in this one. It's coming down pretty good.
Yeah, it is, and it's not too bad yet, but the field's not going to be able to hold up if the rain gets any worse than this. So keep an eye on the pitcher's mound as well and the rest of the infield.
start to puddle up a little bit. Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he can handle.
Right fielder,
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
And now, Alan Roden. And that's in for a strike. 0-1. Aboard here at first with nobody out.
Well, he's got ahead with 2 pitches down in the zone. He has plenty of options right here. He can go up, he can go away, he can add velocity, he can subtract. A good fastball changeup combo has always been devastating for hitters, and that was a great example in that at bat. Changeup, fastball, changeup, and he goes down on just 3 pitches. And as a hitter, once you're down 0-2 in that spot, you have no idea what to sit on. You got a 50-50 chance when you guess. So I'm sure that changeup looked like a fastball almost the entire way to the plate.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. Canning checks the runner. Outside with a breaking ball. Way out front for strike 2. Man at first, 1 away. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Oh, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts. So they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs 1 more out.
Vladdy stands in here, leaves that one off the inside.
No strikes.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Foul ball still, a 1-2 count.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And that's downstairs. 2-2.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on 1 hitter.
Sneaks through, base hit. And out to aboard.
Now batting, left fielder Anthony Santander.
Anthony Santander at the plate. Fly to left his first time. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Rounds third, headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. Safe. And they take a 2-run lead.
Comes through with the RBI. I know it was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
First and second, 2 outs. And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Andres Jimenez. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. First and second, 2 down. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Two on, 2 outs. Squirts away a little bit. One and 2 now. Swing and a fly ball, well struck left field. nabs it, and that's the third out. But they pick up one run on the RBI single. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. And we're back. Set for the bottom of the third. Here's the center fielder, Jose Siri.
Jose Siri.
That one called a strike, and it's 0-1.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Next offering is in for a strike. And that one almost hit him.
2 strikes.
The 1-2.
Ball, that's out.
And a swing and a miss. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. And, Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
So the batting order turns over. Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. And that's off the outside edge. 1-0. For Lindor, being drafted out of Montverde Academy, he's a guy that's turned into one of the best all-around players in the game. And that one is in for a strike. One down, base is empty. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. The shortstop takes the ball. And that's downstairs and outside. Good job to fight that one off. High fly ball out to center field. Springer sizes this one up. Hauls it in for the out. And there's 2 down.
Now batting, the right fielder, Juan Soto.
Here's Juan Soto. Grounded out his first time up. Just missed. Next offering in there for a strike. And it's 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Liner, and this could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. He's there. It's a 2-out double.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Good piece of hitting, going the other way with that pitch to beat the shift. You know, not a lot of guys are willing to do that, even with the shift on, because they're looking to pull the ball with authority. But it's a pretty easy hit if you want it.
Here's Pete Alonso, and there's a strike. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Just missed. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Soto on its second with 2 down. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. So a 2-out double, but they don't score. On to inning number 4. Blue Jays 2, and the Mets nothing. On to the 4th.
Leading
Here's
off
the
for
Toronto catcher, Alejandro
Kirk.
Kirk, in his 5th season, 26 years old, and he's a native of Mexico. Hammered, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Now batting, center
Here's
fielder
George
Springer.
Grounded out his first time. Ground ball left side, and it stays fair. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Waste no time
Now
there.
batting,
Just found a
second
way to
baseman,
slap that ball down the
Will
third
Wagner.
baseline. That's really excellent back control, and it kind of goes back to all those drills you see hitters do off the tee where it's placed in different spots. That was just nice.
First and second, no outs. Wagner will hit
Ball
next. Up and in, and that's
Counts
ball
1-0.
1. First and second, no outs. Top half of inning number 4. That one laced to center and a base hit. They hold him at third base, and now the bases are loaded.
He was
Now
all
batting,
over
third
that one.
baseman,
Just a
Ernie
very nice
Clement.
approach and swing right there to use the big part of the field. Everything was on time. He stayed balanced through the entire swing and just launched that one into center. Now the base is loaded. Big opportunity for them to break this game open.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Griffin Canning won't go any further tonight, and he leaves with the bases loaded, so he'll look for some help from his teammate coming in behind him.
Now pitching for the
Taking
New York
over on the
Mets.
mound for the Mets, Clay
Number 35.
Holmes. He has a
Clay
great
Holmes.
slider with tons of movement. At the plate, Ernie Clement. Golden opportunity right here. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
Hard hit, base hit. One runs in, throw into third. In there safely.
Nicely done. Brings
Up
home
next,
2.
for
Showed
the
a
Blue
willingness to
Jays,
drive
right
that pitch
fielder,
the opposite
Alan
way.
Roden.
Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
So runners at the corners, nobody out. Now, Alan Roden.
3-pitch strikeout last time up. Got to put up more of a fight in this one. Love how vocal the umpire is today. No doubt in the hitter's mind, catcher's mind, and even the pitcher's mind as to the conviction in the call.
Here's your 1.
Nope, that's a ball.
Just missed with a good breaking
1-1.
ball in. Looking for that hitter to chase and perhaps get some weak contact or a swing and miss. Good job on both sides.
Backed
2
off the
balls,
plate
1
that
strike.
time.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Great spot to be in right here for the pitcher. You can either strike this guy out or get a ground ball, double play.
No outs. Runners at first and third. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. That one just misses. Full count now. And that'll load the bases.
Now batting, shortstop, Bo Bichette.
Back to the top of the lineup. Now it's the shortstop, Bo Bichette, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Line drive, base hit. 1 run's in. Save, he beats it. It's 6-0.
That's all he needed,
Now
just a
batting,
simple
first
base
baseman,
hit, and he
Vladimir
drives in two in a
Guerrero.
huge spot. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now 1 for 2. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
I love the fact that we've seen both Vladimir Guerrero and Vladdy Jr. win the home run derby. They're the first father-son duo to ever win it. Vladdy back in 2007 and Vladdy Jr. in 2023. Even though his dad didn't give him any advice for the event other than to go out there and hit home runs.
Roden on third. Bichette on at first with nobody out. There's the strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And that's a strike.
3-2.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Swing and a ground ball base hit right field. In comes the run from third. It's an RBI single. It's 7-0.
Left fielder Anthony Santander.
And now the big-time power threat, Anthony Santander.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. We haven't seen a break in the weather, and the umpires might be forced to make a decision soon.
Yeah, I think so, Boog. I mean, everyone looking and wondering when they're going to stop play. It definitely feels close.
That's a ball.
No outs, runners at first and second. Fights it off, he'll see another. Struck him out swinging. Went back to the slider, and it was a good idea. Here's Andres
Now batting,
Jimenez.
the designated
He's
hitter,
already homer
Andres
here in this one.
Jimenez.
Ball 1 and a pitch
That's
inside.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn 2, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get 2 and end up with nothing.
Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1. A little bit low.
Nope.
2-1. That's a ball. Tried to attack with the sweeper. Line drive. Makes the grab, and there's 2 out.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Alejandro Kirk, the next to hit. Just missed. Ripped to short. Lindor on to first. And they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. All in all, 10 come to the plate. They bat around and 5 score. On now to the bottom of the 4th. Blue Jays 7 and the Mets nothing. Back here at Citi Field, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the 4th, Brandon Nimmo. That misses, and that's ball 1.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
In the air, fairly deep to right field. He's got it, and there's 1 down.
Now batting, designated hitter,
here's Jesse Winker. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Right through there for a strike. That's too low. Now 1-2. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him, and you know, the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact, but that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Tosses to first, and he has thrown 4 shutout innings. Down in order go the Mets. Not going their way. It's 7-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the top of the 5th. Here's George Springer to start it off. Holmes back to work. Edge of the zone, called a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, these Blue Jays putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Struck him out looking.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished.
Second baseman,
right down the middle, just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
Will Wagner next up for the Blue Jays. And that one missing low. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. On the ground to third. Tosses across to first. And a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, third baseman, Ernie Clement.
So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. First offering is fouled off. Next offering is fouled back. And that's a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but
Now batting,
he did
right
such a nice
fielder,
job of pulling his hands
Roden.
tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
And now the right fielder, Alan Roden. He is struck out and he is walked. Headed towards the corner, and that's a foul ball. Got it. That K is his third of the game. One left for Toronto, but they're still in control. It's 7-0. Back here in Queens,
Leading
here's the
off
second
for the
baseman,
Mets,
Brett Beatty.
Second baseman, Brett
They've got a potent
Beatty.
lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. In there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
Well, these Mets just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Next offering misses. Now 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And that's outside.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to think about.
Now batting, the
Luis
catcher,
Torrens.
Luis
Up now for the
Torrens.
Mets. Grounded out back to the pitcher his first time. Right through there for a strike.
Nope, ball 1.
Nobody out. Runner at first. Got him looking, and he did not like the call.
Now a little bit of a questionable call on that fastball right there. It appeared to miss off the outside just a little bit according to the electronic strike zone, but that's the type of location where you kind of have to understand that it's close enough to where you don't want to put the fate of your at bat in the hands of the umpire. He did, and he got burned.
Next to hit, Jose Siri. That's in there. 0-1. And a foul ball. Oh, 0-2 now. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 7 strikeouts for him. Stepping in is the
Now
switch hitting
batting,
shortstop, Francisco Lindor. He's
Lindor.
0 for 1. There's the strike. Baden leads off first with 2 down to the inning.
perhaps not quite ready to hit. First two pitches by him for a couple of strikes. Now back is against the wall. He's going to have to figure something out and figure it out quickly.
On the ground, right side. And they put the tag on him for the out. Mets leave one. They continue to trail 7-0. Top of the 6th inning. And now the shortstop, Bo Bichette. Off the mark there. And it's 1-0. Fouled off left side. Right side. Whips it to first. Now one gone in the top of the 6th.
Now batting, the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero.
Next to hit, Vladimir
Jr.
Guerrero Jr. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. And there's a strike.
Some hitters are just more confident they can track that first pitch out of the hand of the pitcher. They don't care if they fall behind 0-1.
Siggy, this is a guy that grew up in big league clubhouses, and it's something that you see throughout the game. Sons whose fathers also played the majors. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a slider, and there's 2 gone.
Well, that's the money maker right there.
Now
2
batting,
strikes,
left
slider
fielder,
down and away from a
Santander.
same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes and very difficult to lay off.
Two down, bases empty. Anthony Santander next up for the Blue Jays. And the sweeper is off the plate.
Yeah, and beyond that, all the other men in those clubhouses that sort of take you under their wing as a son or a nephew and show you some of the tricks of the trade. It's just invaluable, that type of experience.
And another ball.
No strike.
2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. And there's a ball.
3-0.
That's ball 4. Tried
Ball
another
4.
sweeper, but couldn't find his zone.
He did not take the bat
Now
off his
batting,
shoulder the
designated
entire
hitter,
at bat.
Andres
Runner
Jimenez.
at first with 2 away. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Andres Jimenez. He's already homered in this game. On the corner for a strike.
Wow, just a beautiful backdoor slider right there. If you've got any chance of hitting that pitch, you have to wait until the absolutely last millisecond.
Ball. That's inside.
Just a tough pitch to hit and not an easy one to throw either.
Swing and a ground ball. Fair ball. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now
batting,
with 2
catcher,
away.
Alejandro Kirk.
Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
And now Alejandro Kirk. That one pushed foul. Two outs. Fought off foul. Outside low. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Blue Jays lead the pair, and they hold a 7-0 lead. And we're back. Bottom of the 6th inning. Now the number 2 hitter, Juan Soto. That one misses, and that is ball 1.
No strike.
Activity in the bullpen. Nick Sandlin up and throwing. Barnes also throwing. That's to third,
nope,
and that's just foul.
Ball 2.
And a foul ball. This one in the air, right field. Roden makes the catch for the out. And there's one down.
Now batting, first baseman,
Pete
Pete
Alonso up now for the
Alonso.
Mets. 0 for 2 in this one. And first offering is fouled off. And that one fouled off. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The Mets with a lot of ground to make up here in the bottom of the 6th. That's off the mark, and the count is 1-2. And it finds its way through for a hit. And they have their first hit since the 3rd inning. And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter, Brandon Nimmo. That's outside. 1-0. Alonso, the base runner at first with 1 out. Next offering is fouled back. And downstairs. Jumps, but it's off his glove. Alonso headed for third. And they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. Fielder got a piece of it, but the way that thing came off the bat, no surprise at all. He couldn't pick it cleanly. It's a very difficult play, and that swing definitely was deserving of a hit. Could be a chance here for them to start clawing back into this ball game.
Winker, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. On the ground, 2 ball. Over to Bichette. But safe at first. It's a fielder's choice.
I promise you, there are guys that get a little bit faster when they can smell an RBI. That was a possible inning-ending double play. Great hustle, and he gets rewarded with the RBI because of it.
Now the third baseman, Mark Vientos. Oh, he doesn't get the call. And that's ball one. Right through there for a strike.
Well, just about to hit that century mark, 100 pitches for this game.
Ball two.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. Roden towards the line, looking up, makes a one-handed catch. They get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. We're through 6 full. Blue Jays 7, and the Mets 1.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
New
back.
York
We're in the
Mets.
7th. We have a new pitcher on
Number
the mound,
34.
Kodai Senga.
And with the big deficit on the
Senga.
scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the
Leading
same
off
way you
for the
would
Blue
for one
Jays,
in a close game.
Center fielder George
And it'll be
Springer.
George Springer to step to the plate. 1 for 3. Senga in his 3rd season, 32 years old, and he was born in Japan. Ball one there.
2 strikes.
Gets a piece and stays alive. The 1-2. Springer started after it, tried to hold up. Now a look to first, and he held back, according to Dave Lawrence.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Springer tries to hold up, appeal to first, did not go. That one misses.
That pitch is up.
So a leadoff walk.
When you go that deep into it at bat, the hitter usually comes out on top.
Now batting second
And
baseman
next for Toronto, Will Wagner. Called strike right there.
There it was, a high velocity fastball in the zone. I think a little frustration from walking the previous hitter. He's got good stuff. Pitch inside the zone and trust it.
Next offering is in for a strike. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets. Danny Young appears to be getting ready. And I'm sure he's feeling some nerves. This would be his major league debut. Stanek, the right-hander, also getting loose. 0-2 now. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him.
Just blown away
Now
in that
batting
at bat.
third
3
baseman,
fastballs,
Ernie
all
Clement.
strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. He's got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Clement stands in now and watches strike one. Check swing. He went. And it's 0-2.
0-2 at the count.
And ball one.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished.
In the dirt. And it remains 2-2. This one in the air, center field. And there are 2 down.
Now batting, right fielder, Alan Roden.
And now Alan Roden, a walk and a pair of strikeouts. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
If you're the pitcher, you've got to go right at this guy. It's the number 9 hitter in the lineup. You can't be afraid of contact in this situation.
And another ball.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Inside corner, and that's called a strike. Springer off of first with 2 away.
Full count.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score him.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Blue Jays held in check. And they're on top 7-1. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Nick Sandlin.
Now pitching
Compared to
for
some
Toronto.
days, this is a pretty low leverage
Number
appearance for him,
52.
so he should be fairly
Nick
free and easy
Sandlin.
out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Now it's the
Leading
second
off
baseman,
for the
Brett
Mets,
Beatty.
Second baseman, Brett Beatty.
That clips the corner. He swings and fouls one off. Foul ball, still 0-2. That's inside.
Ball 1.
And a swing and a miss. Beat him with a fastball.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s
Now
fastball,
batting,
and I'm not sure
the
he was trying to
catcher,
challenge him,
Luis
but that's pretty much what
Torres.
happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
Now the catcher up to hit, Luis Torres. And that
Counts
one
1-0.
way outside. Ball 1.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
Swing and a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Everything came together
Now
for him.
batting,
Fastball
center
pretty much
fielder,
middle, and that's what you
Jose
fall asleep
Siri.
dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Jose Siri digs in now. He's one of the faster guys just by pure sprint speed in the majors. Yeah, that's fouled off. The Jays up big in this one here at the bottom of the 7th. That one's
Ball
upstairs, ball 1. Next offering
balls,
misses
1
down
strike.
and away. Swing and a miss, and now 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field, reaching for it and brings it in.
Now batting, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. And first offering is fouled off. Two outs. And it's fouled away. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Out number 3. Mets strand 1. They're down 7-1. It's a bit of a blowout now, which gives us a bit more freedom here in the booth.
I'm not sure that's a good thing.
Singy, you grew up in the Bay Area. Did you have a favorite player as a kid?
Yeah, I love the A's lineup. I mean, guys like Ricky Henderson, Dave Kingman, Terry Steinbach. I mean, you just go on and on. Tony Armas. Just some tremendous rosters back then. And I loved as a kid getting on the BART train, the Bay Area Rapid Transit, pulling up right there to the stadium and then going in and watching the game.
That misses, and a count 2-1. You also had the pleasure of going over and hitting and taking batting practice at a big leaguer's house. Who was that?
Yeah, Willie McGee, one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. Not in the Hall of
your neighborhood.
Yeah, his folks live right down the street from me, and that's where his batting cage was. I used to look out of my backyard down the hill and just dream of one day maybe being able to go over and hit with him. And that dream became a reality when I was drafted by the San Francisco Giants.
And here's the first baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. First offering, and it just misses. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. To third, Vientos. Slings it across, and Guerrero is set down. Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Anthony Santander. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front. So off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
Love to see it. Power versus power right there.
Outside low. It's 2-2. To the right side, Beatty to first, and the Blue Jays go down 1-2-3. So they make short work of them there. Last half of the 8th coming up. Blue Jays 7 and the Mets 1. Bottom of the 8th, and stepping in for New York, Juan Soto.
Right fielder, Juan Soto.
Sandlin back to work. And that misses. And that's ball 1.
1-0.
Right through there for a strike.
Big at bat right here. He did the team thing, took until he got a strike. Now he's got to go to work, shorten up that swing a little bit, do whatever it takes to get on base.
That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
2 strikes.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. And that one missing inside a sharp slider.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
And now the first baseman, Pete Alonso.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Swing and a pop-up. And it's caught for the out.
Now batting, left fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. And that's off the inside edge. Ball one. Soto, the runner at first with one gone in the inning. Slider right there.
1-1.
Fastball for a strike. The 1-2. That one missed. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. That's down and in. A slider missed. And that's a strikeout. Matthew Ross says he went around. Jesse Winker up now for the Mets.
Designated hitter, Jesse Winker.
And that one missing low. Close, but called a ball. And it's 2-0.
2-0.
Inside, just missed. That one pushed to the left and foul. Next offering in there for a strike. And the count's full. And they'll do it again. The Mets with a lot of ground to make up here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Two outs. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. And welcome back to the ballpark.
Toronto,
now it's the
designated
DH,
hitter,
Andres Jimenez. There's the strike. On the ground, right side. And foul ball. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Torrens makes the catch. And a quick out, number one.
Catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Just missed. Next offering is down low. say you win.
2 balls, 1 strike.
One down, base is empty. That's a strike, and the count is 2-2. Swings and misses. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch.
Now
Top
batting,
of the strike zone. We're seeing
George
more
Springer.
fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
Springer in the box with 2 gone and takes a look at a called strike. Pitch misses. 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's come easy for this staff in this one.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. So they go quietly there. 6, 7, 8 scheduled to start the bottom of the 9th. Blue Jays 7 and the Mets 1.
Now pitching for Toronto.
Jacob Barnes taking over
Number
on the mound.
67.
And you know, bullpen guys
Jacob
can struggle
Barnes.
sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in
Leading
situations
off
like
for the
this as
Mets,
well.
Third
And
baseman.
now it's going to be Mark Vientos. 0 for 3 in this one. And first offering is fouled off. Fastball catches the corner at the knees. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 1 gone here.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the
Now
bullpen
batting,
is following
second
suit. It's just a
baseman,
good day as a
Brad
manager or as a pitching
Beatty.
coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Beatty in the box now. No balls and a strike. Next offering in there for a strike. And that's strike 2.
No need to offer at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Look out! And it hit him. He had 2 strikes on him. And he
Now
hit him.
batting, catcher,
Luis
Torrens.
Torrens getting ready to hit. And a pop-up on the left side of the infield. Clement under it. Makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good
Now
timing
batting,
on it.
the
Just got
center
underneath it a
fielder,
little bit and popped it
Jose
up.
Siri.
So it's their last chance in this one. Jose Siri now at the plate. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Gets the outside corner with that one. And a swing and a miss.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Barnes is just 1 strike away. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your family, but when you can win